been seeing me in the studio. And one of the first things I wanted to say is accountability. Don't hold me to it. Mind your business. I'm really trying to show up. I even went to therapy before coming here to show up because I scheduled it and I was going to show up. But we're going to be here at Hi Hello Labs every week. I promise. Don't promise. No. I really am trying to come more often. Thank you for being, giving me grace yet again. I feel like I say this now every time I come back. Thank you for giving me grace because your messages and your emails are the ones that keep me coming.
Back to the studio.
Haven't had sex in a while, so I think about that stuff. But we're back. We're back for real. This week, I do want to let you guys know that, tonight, so it's going to be too late, we have a webinar, but launch your podcast in 30 days. The course is open, so you can always go to idea-to-launch-podcast.com to do that if you're ready to launch a podcast, but not just launch one. If you want to be in production, if you want to learn how to edit, if you want to learn how to manage a podcast, all of that is within that course. I do have Imani. I know she listens, but she's also a student. She got a 6-figure paying job. She literally has an Emmy-winning podcast that she produces off of the strength of learning from idea to launch. So that's pretty cool. Moving right along. That's enough. Now that we're here, we're going to make this quick and easy because this month is Domestic Violence Awareness Month. And I guess I should probably say what's been going on with me. Well, we had a hurricane here in Florida, Hurricane Ian. If you're not aware, you're under a rock. Well, not really. You know why? Because when natural disasters happen in California, fires, I don't know about them.
Because they don't report it locally.
Yeah, we don't. Unless a ton of people died, we don't really hear about it. Mm-hmm. And I don't know how far Hurricane Ian went through here locally. It's a big deal because it was a big deal. It destroyed a lot of homes, especially in southern Florida. Here in Orlando, it just flooded us. Clearly our
infrastructure, aquifers.
Yeah, wherever the water goes, it's not going. And it got stuck and it keeps rising and it's a mess. But I was without power for 3 days. Yeah. But a hurricane hit me before the hurricane hit Florida. So the past 2 weeks have been...
Ooh, bars.
Ooh, thank you. I appreciate that. Yeah, I've been really, really anxious going through it. And you're like, all right, girl. Are you always anxious? Yes, I am. Am I always going through it? Yes. According to my therapist, I got a lot of work to do. And it's probably never going to stop. So I'm still crazy, if you were wondering. She told me
we don't condone that
I know.
Word.
She told me that I was really mean to myself today. And I am. Because there are a few things that I can't get over. It has been only 7 months since I left.
It has been 7 months since you left.
Well, no, I say only because only of the fact that I have been trying to get past what has happened to me for the past couple of years and what I've been through really fast. So today we're going to talk about toxic positivity because it's what I remember the most from my therapy appointment today. Today I started taking notes while she was talking and she's like, what are you doing? I'm like, I'm typing. Give me a second. Oh. Because I forget what I talk about. I have had really, really bad memory for probably the past month. I usually forget things just because I forget them. But I'll be in the middle of talking and you probably see me and I'll forget what I was talking about. Yeah. I go live and I'm having a conversation and my memory is shot and I'm like, I don't know what's going on. So she says the T word and I'm like, wow, again? And again, the T word is trauma. I don't like the word trauma. I don't like to feel like I went through trauma. I don't like to feel like a victim. So my other therapist is like, you're not a victim, you're a survivor. And I'm like, okay, that sounds really cute on paper. But it is what it is. It's acceptance of it, and I haven't been accepting it. So if toxic positivity, you've never heard of what it is, it's basically the belief that no matter how dire or difficult a situation is, people should maintain a positive mindset. While there are benefits to being optimistic and engaging in positive thinking, toxic positivity rejects all difficult emotions in favor of a cheerful and often falsely positive facade. And I wouldn't say I'm always like this, right? Because I'm a person that always wants to think of the positive. I want to get past whatever I'm going through, right? But I want to get past it way too fast. And yes. I don't like feelings. There's a feelings wheel that I've been dealing with for 5 years that I don't like. I have to sit there and look at it, and that's when I call her the B word, and I'm like, you're an asshole. Like, what's wrong with you? You're like, I call her Jeffrey Dahmer today, my therapist. She just laughs at me because she's evil. I told her, I'm like.
Says the person that's calling someone else.
Yes. Okay. She literally tells me, I was like, God, okay, I'll talk to you next week again. I really hate when I get to this point. I feel really low today, so I have to call you when I'm like this. She's like, I actually love it when you get to this point. I'm like, okay, Jeffrey. She's like, what? I was like, another Jeffrey Dahmer. Oh. And she tells me that she likes when I get there because I finally feel. I have to feel, and I get to like, it's kind of like quote unquote rock bottom of like being so fucking positive and cheerful and trying to just get past my feelings. So I got them. So again, it's been 7 months since I left, and I received a very
interesting
phone call early last week that put me in the mindset. It brought me back to my feelings from when I first moved, right? Okay. And everything that was told to me in that conversation were things that I already knew that were going to happen, that are happening, but it was validation and confirmation that I was right. And she asked me today, how did it make you feel to get that phone call? And I was like, first I said, I don't know, but it did validate it. It validated my feelings. It validated, why I left the situation that I was in. And a lot of other feelings came from that. So I don't even know how many times I'm going to say it. I've been wanting to get past my sadness. And today she said to me, well, bitch, you have to be sad. Just sit in my sadness. But for how long? She's like, take an hour. And this is all shit she's told me before. Like, it's not new. Sit for an hour in the sadness. Find out why you're sad. Or even if it's for a day, no more than a day, but sit in that sadness and figure out why you're sad. Well, one thing that I want to admit, and I'm going to admit it out loud because I feel shame behind it, but I shouldn't. And I feel like some people might be feeling the same way that I do and won't say, and I'm not going to cry. Ew.
Better not, because you promised me you wouldn't.
I know. So apparently, I've been trying to get past my relationship. Okay. Again, only 7 months since I left. I still love him. Mm-hmm. I still have love for this person. How long we been rolling? God damn it. 3 minutes, 7 minutes, and I'm just crying. No, I put mascara on. Yes, give me that box, all of it, the whole thing. Just leave it over the. Oh, don't do it. Oh, I should have smoked.
Here,
we can't.
What do you want? Do you want CBD? Do you want THC? Do you need a gummy? Do you want some NyQuil?
Something that goes straight into my veins. My God.
Oh no, we don't do those drinks.
So. I'm still very much in love. No.
You're going to feel like that for a while, and it sucks because you're probably going to feel like that for like about a year or two.
Oh, relax. You're doing a lot. No. I don't know how long it'll be. And it's not that I'm in love. It's that I still have love for someone that is also the father of my child. Mm-hmm. And I'm watching just whatever their situation is one that hurts. Mm-hmm. It's one that in my heart, I wish it was better. I wish I could do more. So realizing that I have been just so adamant to move on. Mm-hmm. And I've been doing so by going on Bumble and Hinge and playing like it's Candy Crush. And then getting these guys to like go on dates with me. And then when it's time to go, I ghost them. And I'm like, well, that's a really fucked up thing to do.
Yeah.
It's okay, though.
It's like Pokemon. You got a whole lot of Pokeballs.
I got the Pokeballs.
You have a whole lot of Pokeballs.
I'm winning. I'm winning that game, if it was a game. But
just kidding, guys. You guys are not just sitting there. Guys, please don't stop talking to her.
No, please do. Stop talking to me. I think it's, she said it like this. I am not ready to date, and my body is telling me I'm not ready to date. I just got back from D.C. yesterday. And I was in D.C. and I'm like, boom, I'm going to get some fine men on Hinge. And there were some fine ones. Woo!
Especially in D.C.
They were cute. But at the same time, if I'm being realistic with myself, I'm like, they're cute, but I would find something that I didn't like. Or I would just be like, I don't even think I'm sexually attracted to men anymore. I'm like, am I gay? What is going on? I might be a whole lesbian.
What?
Yeah, I thought about that. That crossed my mind. So I told my therapist, I think I'm a lesbian. But then I went on the women's Hinge. I put that I was a lesbian.
Oh my God!
So I put that I went woman to woman, and then that was just like, I was just kidding.
I love how you were like, let's explore this.
It was a feeling.
And then you're like,
it was a thought. It wasn't a feeling. No. It was a thought. I'm like, there has to be a reason why. And she's
you haven't met the right girl.
Okay, chill. No.
Just like you haven't met the right guy.
No. I'm okay. Women is not a thing for me. But I couldn't understand why I just can't feel for anyone. I want to move on.
Okay, can we pause? didn't I say that? And you're like, you're so crazy. You're so weird.
Yeah, because
and what did you tell me? You told me, you need to go fix that in therapy. And I said, why? Because I'm telling you, and you have the same thing.
I do. So I'm trying to fix it.
Welcome.
We're there. Fucked up together.
But I don't like girls. Never change my thing on Hinge either. To check.
It was just, you ever really feel like something is wrong? You got to fix it. And I'm a fixer. I fix things. Try to fix people.
No, you like being in control. You're not. It's not a fixer. You like being in control.
I'm a perfectionist.
Being in control.
I don't like that word, and neither does my therapist. We don't use it around here. It's a bad word.
Okay.
I do. I do, but I've let go of a lot of that in the past couple of years. But in being toxic positive to myself, I'm really mean to myself. Because when I'm sad, I can't be sad. I have blocked myself from being able to be productive. So for the past 2 weeks, I feel as though I have not been productive. If I'm being realistic, I have. I've been traveling. I've been working. I have, webinar. I'm doing everything I'm supposed to be doing, but it doesn't feel productive to me because I'm not really doing it with this joy in my heart. I'm doing it kind of like robotic.
Autopilot.
Yeah, I am on autopilot. And I've been really mean to myself. I'm walking around and she's like, hey, you left a relationship that person was really mean to you. And she goes, it's like you're walking around with him all day long, but it's just you. Because I'm like, I am so stupid for still loving. Literally, is what I was saying. I'm like, I'm so stupid for still having feelings. Why do I even want to help? Why would I even want them to do better? Why am I even thinking about the fact that I want to do something for them? And she's like, because you're a good person and she goes, you were there 3+ years. Like that's the father of your child. And again, I think that has made me feel like I'm weak, and I don't like weak. So another thing that I did with toxic positivity that's been fucking me up has been being active. And I think I've been telling you and everyone that will hear and on the podcast, I got to get back to working out. I got to get back to working out for my mental health. I got to get back to working out for my mental health. So I tell her this and she goes, why? Why do you want to get back? I'm like, because of my mental health. And she goes, you're putting so much pressure on the fact that you have to do this one thing to get better that your body's shutting down and it's not allowing you to get there. I'm staring at my Peloton bike. I pay $120, I'm not even gonna remind myself, a lot of money for Orange Theory, and I don't go. I pay for my Peloton. I do all these things, and I have outside that's free to go walk. I could just do sit-ups holding Psalm, and I don't do it because I know that I'm doing it for a specific reason other than just getting it done. Like, I want to do all of these things in business, and instead of doing them because I want to and because I love it, which I do, I'm doing it because I have money anxiety of, oh my gosh, I have 2 kids that I'm taking care of all by myself. So I'm pushing myself. I got to do this. I have to do that. I have to do all these things.
And it's not fun anymore. Now it's like, okay, I got to do this. I have to do this. I have to do that. I have to do this. And now you're tired and exhausted.
Just from thinking.
Yeah.
I am tired just from thinking.
You're on survival mode again.
And I'm like, what is going on? I was doing so good. And she's telling me, she's like, you're doing great. And I'm like, no, I feel like I sound like I did 6 months ago. She's like, no, you don't. Not at all. I don't hear you like using the word that you said, self-loathing. I don't hear you saying any of that. You're just exhausting your brain before your body can get to it. So it's shutting down. And maybe you're going through this and just take a second and slow down, I guess. I've been trying to journal more.
Do you feel like you mourned your relationship?
I'm in the grieving process.
You think you're still in it?
Mm-hmm.
You think you just started?
No. Mm-mm. I think I'm grieving. There's different things to grieve.
Okay.
I think. No, I think I've gone through most of it. This was just a setback for me.
Yes, for
last
sure.
week. It was, and I wouldn't even say a setback. It's just another door that opened that I got to go through.
No, you can say it. It felt like a setback because you weren't there.
No, yeah, it did.
You weren't there, but it probably pushed all this other stuff to the forefront.
Right. And it came fast. Let me pull the notes of what I talked to her. Microaggressions. Have you talked about that in therapy? Listen, if you want to cash at me, the little number sign, Carla Wilmares, I paid a lot of money for this therapy session. I'm going to give you all of it. So you're going to learn. Microaggressions. So she's like, are you dealing with little negative things that happen every day? Like maybe Psalm threw something on the floor.
Oh my God, at work all day, me.
Yeah, little things
every
that people are, when you're working, they're saying stupid things and you just like, you brush it off and you keep going. You brush it off and you keep going. Ayana might have been late and I didn't say anything. I'm like, whatever, she's just late. or do the dishes. Or for myself, I'm like, I felt sad and I'm like, just push it away. And she said, you keep bottling these little things that have nothing to do with the big one, but once it tips over, then you lose it. So I have to learn how to, if Psalm threw something and I'm upset, deal with it right there. Why did I make me upset? Okay, fine. He needs to do this. Talk to him and kind of move from it instead of just saying, whatever, he's won. Let me keep moving. If it upset me, why did it upset me? And deal with it right then and there so I can empty that cup.
Ooh, you gotta talk about your feelings.
Yes, and I don't like feelings. I've learned to manage them, which is something that I'm going to have to do for the rest of my life, but I don't really like feelings. I shocked my body. Mm-hmm. So with all these microaggressions, with the toxic positivity, I went into a complete shock.
And that's why you felt the way you felt those days?
Yes. I was literally projectile vomiting in your bathroom. Mm-hmm. And I came back home and I'm vomiting again. And I'm like, I thought that I had carbon monoxide poisoning. Mm-hmm. Legitimately, I thought that I had carbon monoxide poisoning because I had a generator next to my house, and it wasn't even that. Once the generators were gone, it was still there, and it was my body going into shock. So you can literally make your body sick off of your mind.
Isn't that crazy?
Whoa. Literally, the word C-R-A-Z-Y. Crazy, bitch.
Your brain is a powerful thing.
It is, and that's probably why I sound like I feel like I sound like I'm rambling.
Oh my God, that's what I told my therapist the other day.
Am I rambling, Carlos? Do that make sense? Because it feels like when things are coming out of my mouth, there's so much to say and so much to feel that I feel like I'm just one big bomble just talking about nothing.
It's all your feelings coming out of you.
Yeah. She talked to me today about EMDR therapy.
I told you.
You're doing it?
With the other guy, yeah.
Oh, so she said it's like the movies when they do the finger like this. Mm-hmm. She wasn't saying it for me, but for like someone else to be able to do it because it helps.
You wouldn't like it.
No,
you have to walk through the stuff that you went through.
I already did that. So
all that focus on it?
Yeah, like years ago. So a lot of my trauma, I already walked past. And then in order to go through EMDR, she said it opens the floodgates to feelings. Honey, the dam's open. And they're flowing. They're going really, really fast. Like the shit water here in Orlando because of the overflow of water. It was too many feelings. It won't stop. So I don't need any more EMDR. I'll lose my shit. There's no more feelings to let out. They're already out and they just keep coming out. I just kind of force them to stop, but it's so many that it's overflowing. And I already got there. So one thing that I'll be doing different when it comes to myself is that I told her, and this is an announcement with what I'm going to do. I told her that I'm doing a retreat again. And she's like, oh, nice. So for those of you listening, if you remember 2 years ago, we did the Synergy Wellness Retreat here in Orlando because we were literally in the middle of a pandemic. So shout out to all 15 women that booked within 48 hours the retreat. Literally, we sold out in 48 hours. The women's retreat, and we had a blast. Like, it was such a good time. We're doing it again this year in Tulum. Not this year, next year, February. In Tulum. The wait list now is open. We already have more women on the wait list than we have spots for.
And you're not pregnant.
And I'm not pregnant. I will be doing drugs. So
and alcohol.
Maybe more drugs than alcohol. By drugs, I mean weed. Relax. Jesus.
Hey, when in Mexico, do like the Mexicans.
I've never been to Tulum. I know everybody's like, oh, it's all hyped up. I don't care. I'm going. But I say all this to say, yes, the waitlist is open. You can go to the description of the episode. There'll be a link there for you to get on the waitlist because it opens up in a couple of days for you to be able to book your slot. She said to me, oh, yeah, have you ever been to a retreat before? And I was like, yeah, I did one 2 years ago. And she was like, exactly what I was waiting for you to say. And I'm like, what? She was, have you been to a retreat? Went to it. I said, why would I do that?
You've never been to a retreat?
Why would I do that?
I don't know. I'm just asking.
You know what a retreat means?
Yeah, I've been to a couple of them.
You don't work. You shut off your laptop, your phone, your kids are left behind. Your life is left behind. Yep. And when she said that.
And you focus on you.
And which is what I want everyone else to do. I want to be the vehicle to lead you to leave everything behind and do better while I am organizing it.
But you're driving us in a broken car.
No. The car's cool. Trust me, it's got oil change and everything. It's not broken. It's just the vehicle's not going with you. I drop you off there.
Oh.
Yeah. I'm the vehicle that takes you there and make sure you get there safe. And I'm taking you to the location where you'll be at. I don't participate.
Why? Are you scared?
I got shit to do all the time. My brain doesn't want to stop. So she gave me homework and she said, I don't think you should do this retreat unless you go on a retreat beforehand.
Come through, doctor.
I know, she's doing the most. So I told her she's another Jeffrey Dahmer. So she said she has homework for herself, and within the next couple of days, she's going to be sending me some retreats that I need to go to before February. I didn't promise her that I would do it, but I'm considering it because I know that I can give the women a different experience once I've been going through it. But she said, and now she was saying it, my anxiety was just like, and she goes, I hear it in your voice. She's like, when you go, you have to promise me there's no laptop. There's no, you can call maybe once a day to see if Psalm is good. Your business, unless it's on fire, tell them to not call you.
Okay.
Who does that?
A lot of people.
I don't.
Well, you could do it like a 3-day thing. 3 days is nothing. 3 days is nothing. You could go from Wednesday to Friday.
That sounds like a long time, but I probably will try it. We'll see. I told her don't send me no white shit. It better be a black or Spanish women of color. Do
a sound journey.
That sounds awful.
Okay.
Can you imagine just sitting there listening to sounds?
Mm-hmm.
You imagined it? And are you okay?
After you probably feel really relaxed.
I don't think I'm ready for that. No, I don't think I'm ready for that. I would probably lose my shit. We're working on it. Tomorrow I start with my other therapist, emotional boundaries. Ooh. Right. I don't know what that means.
Guys, please send cash apps. I lost track of how many therapists we got.
We're back to 2. Oh, and also another traumatic event that she told me yesterday. So this is my OG therapist. I've been going.
I talked to you yesterday. What happened in the last 12 hours?
A lot. So this is my OG therapist. I've had this therapist since 2017. And I have been using, some other therapists a lot more now. And I told her, I'll come back to you. I feel like there's some things that I want to work through with other therapists now that you really know me. And I've been doing that, but I had to go back to her this time. I'm like, I need you. So we talked about emotional boundaries. And again, I don't know what it means. I told her I'm working with this lady. She said, I think that'd be great for you. Still don't know what it means. Stay tuned. I'll talk about it when I talk about it with this therapist. I don't know what it means. I thought I had boundaries. I learned how to say no. I learned how to not answer my phone.
Okay.
I learned a lot of that, but apparently there's more boundaries to be had.
Well, emotional boundaries, I think, are harder.
Yeah.
Than like the physical.
You have to pinpoint your emotions.
Yeah.
I'm just. Anyways, the hardest thing here for me is not being able to, or being aware of the fact that I cannot help someone else when they don't want help for themselves. Or even if they say they do, don't do the most. Is basically what she told me. Don't do the most. You could, my bad. You could kind of show up, give a text with here's what you can do or here's some resources, but nothing more than that.
It has to be at a distance.
At a distance.
You're gonna hurt yourself.
Helping someone
way more than trying to help somebody else.
Yeah, and I think that's probably one of the hardest parts for me. Yeah, that was basically my therapy session in a nutshell today. Ooh. There was a lot of crying involved, but I feel good. I feel good after. No lie. Every time I talk to her, I love it because she be cussing. Won't tell y'all who she is, but you can go to BetterHelp, and if you get her, You're lucky. To you. I know. If you haven't even tried therapy yet, don't just take me like talking about what I went through here as like your therapy session, although it's great, but you should also try it. BetterHelp is so easy. Like literally, I talked to her on the phone today. Sometimes I do it via video. Other times I'll do it like it looks like a Zoom chat. Other times I'm just driving and I'm on the phone, talking. You'll get to that point. So go to betterhelp.com/PWP. Super easy. And you can get 10% off your first month. You can ask for financial aid. You're clicking like, do you want a person of color? Do you want a man? Do you want a woman?
Yeah.
What do you want to deal with? What kind of
like
trauma?
Religion. Are you someone who's religious?
Yeah. And all that is really important because I was talking to actually my co-host of the radio show, and he said he tried therapy one time, and it was a Christian therapist, and that this Christian therapist was a Bible thumper. Like, just God. And he was like, I didn't like that. And for me, I choose Christian therapists, but just because of the moral aspect and they understand. But everything we talk about is not like the Bible says in Joseph 13:5. Yeah. No, we like to deal with regular.
Joseph.
That's a book, right? No. It's not a book?
Jesus isn't that.
Joseph is not a book? Let's add it. You sure?
It's Joshua.
I meant Joshua.
Joshua John.
Who was Joseph? Why did I talk about Joseph today?
It's Mary's husband.
Oh, Jesus, Mary, and Joseph.
And you can't just add to it. That's a big sin.
Add a book?
To add anything in the Bible, change it. You're not Jesus.
Well.
I promise we go to church on Sundays. She just doesn't go to Sunday school. She goes for the message.
I don't.
Not the book.
I go for the message. Oh my God. And if you need a message to go listen to or a church to go listen to, if you're not in Orlando, and again, I'm going to say this, if you see me at church, don't talk to me.
Don't
Please.
say good morning.
Just not yet. Give me a second. The ones that have, I ran away from you. And I am so sorry. And I know that 2 of you listen because you told me. I didn't mean to like walk away. I'm sorry. Just, I don't think I'm ready to just be approached just yet. Especially, I feel like when I'm at church, I'm in a very vulnerable state.
And it's your happy place and it's your very quiet,
yes,
your mental quiet place.
My mental. So when you guys come, although I love that you're there. I love that you love it. Just not yet. Give me till 2023. 2023. I did join a group. It's actually today, so clearly I'm not going. Not doing very good with it either. But I joined a group. I'll be more active with the people at church. Just give me a second. But that is Journey Church Orlando, right?
Yes.
Journey. There's another Journey Church. So it's Journey Church Orlando. I think it's journeyorl.com. And you can also look them up on YouTube. Even the online. Yeah, even the online messages. JJ is fire. I ain't gonna lie. When he's not preaching, I don't like it.
Yeah,
And
I don't tell you when he's not. Because I know. You look at me every single time.
And I'm like, you could have told me. I feel bamboozled. No, there's a lot. Most of the pastors are good. I have just this feeling right now where I need to hear the way that he delivers the message, and I'm coming with that. And I wonder if a lot of other people feel like this. Do you feel this way when it happens?
Why do you think they don't announce at church when the head pastor's not there? Because people won't show up.
Oh, is it at other churches too?
Yeah. They don't do that for that reason.
Well, they should.
No, because then people wouldn't come that Sunday.
Ah, boy. Well, remember when I knew they were going on a sabbatical, we knew he was going to be there all month. I still showed up. I was a little hesitant, but I showed up.
But that day that I knew he wasn't going to be there and
pissed.
You showed up, and I was sitting down and you were just looking at me like you knew.
You knew. She's part of the admin. You could have told me. Oh, annoying. But yeah, go check out those sermons because he knows the word. He knows that there's not a Joseph book in the Bible.
And I feel like he's cool because he's not judgmental. He talks about things that people don't like to talk about, like mental health. People think. I mean, I came from a church where there was no such thing as mental health. There's no such thing. That's
like 99% of churches.
Yeah, but like his church is like very open and vulnerable about stuff like that. And even like there's a huge age demographic. So just because you're younger doesn't mean that you're not going to like it, you're not going to fit in.
Yeah, and
or
I've
just
been
because you're
around.
older.
I've seen a lot of older people. Yeah.
They're
it's
super
a very
cool.
young church, but the hip older folks, and we're talking about 60s and 70s.
Oh, yeah.
Like, they're there, and you can just tell. They're like the cool old folks.
Back in the day, they used to cut rugs.
I don't know what that means. Why did I laugh?
You don't know what cutting a rug is?
No, I laughed for no reason.
When you dance, really good. When you go dancing, it's like, let's go cut a rug. Let's go dance.
Wow. Never heard of you heard of that before? You're cultured. Don't worry. You are cultured. That is the word. No, but try that church out because I feel like it's therapy, free therapy too, and he gets therapy as well, so it ends up being a good thing.
But yeah, don't approach Carla at church. She gets really anxious, like Chihuahua scared.
I run and
she leaves her kid and everything. She just goes. That day was so funny.
To you.
It was.
It was stressful for me.
I didn't know what had happened. All I saw was just, I gotta get out of here. I was like, are they shooting? What's going on? What is going on? You were just so panicked. And you didn't tell me till you got to the car, which was far away from where we were talking to the girl.
I was like, I'm sweating right now. Like, I'm thinking about it. Like, the back of my knees
We're
are
two
sweating.
completely different people at church. You're like, how do you know these people? I don't know. I see them all the time. We talk. I say, hey. Like,
I felt called out at the group. It was what are they called? Small groups?
A small group.
And they're like, yeah, some people just, or maybe it was the pastor that one time.
It was that day the pastor didn't show up. He was preaching.
Like, some people around here just walk in with their heads like straight, and then they leave right before the service is over, and they don't talk to anyone. And I'm like, have you been watching me?
And they don't socialize with anybody. They can't tell you somebody's name in the church.
I signed up for a small group that day because I felt so attacked.
Look at God work.
No, I signed up literally that day, and it was a great time. It's just during the weekday, it's really hard for me. And at 7:00, baby, I'm in my pajamas at 7 p.m. So that is kind of hard for me.
That's funny though.
I need like a daytime 12:00 class group.
They do have a small group that meets in the middle of the day.
They do?
It's for moms.
Okay.
You see?
Can we talk about that?
It's not.
When people talk about moms, right? And they're like, it's a mom group. I get so turned off only because I'm a woman that happens to have had sex, procreated a child or two.
No, not it was, or it was two.
There's two kids around. That
Yeah.
makes me a mom, right?
Yes.
Because I had two kids and I take care of them.
Okay.
When they say mom groups, I envision these like toxic positive moms. So toxic moms. Oh, my baby is just, I wonder what he's doing right now. We have to bring them with us.
No.
Miss, make sure there's a spot for the kids. I don't want, it's like I love my kids, but fuck them kids.
I went to the mom group, and the mom group that we went to, nobody brought their kid.
Did they talk about their kids all day?
No.
Okay, well, let's not call it a mom group. Let's just call it a group of women that happen to have kids. Because when it's a mom group, it's like, I'm a mom. I don't.
Hey, you know what? You know what you can do? You can lead a group. You can
I can't go to church and be like, love my kids, but fuck them kids. That's what I would call it.
No.
Well, I'm starting one right now.
Let's not use, like, fuck. Just say, like, F them kids.
They're not going to let me do that at church.
Them kids. Fumble the kids. Flash the, I don't know, like, do something. It doesn't have to say that, but the mom group that I was a part of, it was actually really fun. All the moms there, coincidentally, all the moms were single moms, one. Okay. Two, the moms, the age group were kind of around Ryland's age. Okay. So we kind of knew that age or whatever. Three, it was like a weird coincidence, but I felt seen. All the moms had dealt with crazy baby daddies.
Haven't we all, girl? I bet you we asked Carlos's wife, he's going to say he's crazy.
But not to the point where, like, here we are in a single mom group.
True. Yeah, I mean.
And we talked about stuff that, like, some people may consider, like, shocking. Like, yeah, you love your kid, but sometimes you don't want your kid and you hide from your kid.
I do.
You run away from your kid and you.
Also, it's a love my kid, fuck them kids group.
You lie to your kid and say, hey, you can't come with me tonight because it's only mommies. And you're going to, like, I don't know, IHOP because you want pancakes. Like, it's okay. I mean, it's a weird place.
See,
it gives
that's
you
one
mom
thing.
Guilt.
Those moms. Yeah. I don't have mom guilt. That's the thing.
You do. You just don't express. You just said it the other day. You're like, you just said it today. I don't want to give some melatonin. Fuck them kids. Go to bed.
No, that's
bed.
Different. That's
mom guilt.
No, I don't. That is not mom guilt. That is just I'm scared.
Of what?
Of him overdosing.
That he sleeps?
No, I gave him half a melatonin a couple weeks ago, and I put him in the bed with me, and he was so sleep. I didn't sleep all night because I kept checking for him to see if he was breathing.
So when the medication works, you get mad.
It's not mad. It's scary. No,
he's okay.
I don't have, when I have to leave to work, if I want to go on a vacation, if I haven't seen them in 2 days, I don't feel guilty about that.
I don't feel guilty about giving melatonin. We just have different mom guilts. You see how I fling melatonin in those 3 kids.
Like it's a candy.
Be like, open, let's go. And they're like, no, chew it, keep your mouth closed.
And let me see now, like in the crazy home.
Let me check.
Put your tongue up.
Let me check.
Let me see it there.
You've seen me do it.
I know.
I feel guilty. Like, for example, the retreat. I am so like.
What retreat?
Your retreat.
Oh.
Because it's on Ryland's birthday.
Oh, yeah.
On her 6th birthday. And I take her birthday so seriously because the day she was born, it was just me and her. And it's still like a big thing to me. So it's like, I don't care if I can afford to give her everything in the world.
You have to be there.
I feel like I have to be there. So I'm like, how am I going to do this? Because my ass wants to be in Tulum on somebody's couch, hanging out. I want to have my own little group of friends doing ratchet shit while yours are doing goat yoga.
Yeah, we're definitely going to do goat yoga.
I want to do all that stuff because I feel like I deserve to have fun by myself and be an adult and travel. But at the same time, I'm like, this is my only kid's birthday, and her dad's already not with her. I have to be there, and if I don't show up, what is she going to feel? I'm going to be so far away. Like, and it gives me, like, anxiety to even think about it. Because you know how I am about her birthday.
Yeah, and that's when you might have friends or people, just whether it's your friend or not, everyone has different anxieties, different triggers, because I can give a shit about the day of the birthday.
We talk about, our triggers are so different.
So different. Like, I don't have to be there for your birthday. I'll see you the day after or the day before. Christmas, for sure, don't give a shit about.
Oh.
I can pretend it's Christmas on the 27th.
Some doesn't know how to read a calendar yet.
I don't care if Ayana knows how to read it. It's like, we're going to do it on the 27th. Like, and that's one of those things that when moms get really in their feelings about, oh my God, my baby daddy wants to have the kid on Christmas, and they start fighting over who's going to have it. Who cares? Who cares? Someone has it on the 25th. Do the whole thing on the 27th. Santa's not even fucking real.
If my baby daddy ever hear this shit, you're never going to have her for her birthday because I had her on her birthday.
Actually, on their birthday?
I had her on the birthday. You can't
take them
day.
because it's my celebration. See, this is how different people are.
No.
On their birthday, I'm going to go have a good time. Go with your daddy. Go. No. Bye. I'm going to celebrate that I pushed you.
You can have all the cool holidays like President's Day. George Washington's birthday.
Really, you could have any day.
Veterans Day.
And that's any day. Take them. And I think that comes from me being a mom 24/7, 100% of the time. Like if if my baby daddies say, hey, we want to take the kid, I am not blinking twice. Go.
But you've done it already. Ayana's 17, about to be 18 next year. You've already done this. I'm just starting. And I'm like, no. My birthday, it's our birthday, and we're going to do something fun
But I never felt that way.
I still feel that way right now. Maybe when she tells me, hey, thanks for the birthday party, like at 3 o'clock when I got home from school, I'm going to go hang out with my friends. I'm going to be like, fuck you. I gave up Tulum for you. I gave up Tulum. You're staying right here. No, but I don't know. I don't know. I'm going to see how I do it. Because I feel like I deserve to travel. I've been asked to go on vacation by myself, and I'm like, can't do that yet. Like by myself, I can't.
Like with someone else or by yourself?
No, with someone else, and I can't.
Like a guy?
Mm-hmm.
Why?
Because tumbling is on Wednesdays, and then
your sister can take her. You have like 2 sisters.
The one that's due like any second now.
She'll be all right.
Well, I have my routine with her. And it's like, unless it's on a weekend.
See, you're a mom. You're the kind that goes in the mom groups.
What are you talking about?
You're a mom group mom.
I'm still a hoe, though. I still want to do hoe things. I don't know.
But I wish, and I always say that, I'm like, you're such a good mom.
And I feel like I'm a bad mom sometimes.
That's called self-loathing. Because you're not. You're not.
Fuck you.
Triggered?
Too soon. You always do this.
No, because literally, how you were talking about the fact that you can't leave her alone. You have to be there with her on those milestone places. You want to take her to tumbling.
Yeah.
Oh my God. I couldn't tell you how many times I did not take her in on a dance. Go with your grandpa.
No, we got to work on our tumbles. I'm paying for this.
I'm paying for it. You're working on it with your coach. What does that have to do with me sitting there just waiting?
I mean, I got to watch what you're doing so we can practice at home.
Oh, no.
Because we're not going to be that kid that don't know what they're doing. Spinning in a circle.
You see, you're really
while
a
the
mom.
class is doing
You're
stuff.
really a mom.
You know, I'm trying.
Yeah.
I'm trying.
Fucking
but
kids. And the tumbling.
Well,
Do it. Whatever
I really think you should start a group. I think they would give you a group.
At church?
Yeah, but just don't use the cursing. Maybe curse in the group. Don't put it out on paper. Make them sign like NDAs.
No, the worst part is that this group that I'm in is the executive assistant of the pastor, so she's very proper.
She's very close to him.
Very close to him. And, like, they're just really good, God-fearing people. And I'm like,
and she might
shit.
say something.
And, well, no, I just want to curse. Because she said something, and I was like, damn, that was good. And I was like,
you could say damn. You could.
I felt bad. I'm grown. I should know how to not say damn. You know? Control your mouth.
Sometimes damn. Just sometimes just damn.
What was the other one? Jesus Christ. Those things really put an emphasis.
Sometimes they just, if it's that deep and it comes out, it came out.
Actually, I might tell one of my stories. Well, how much time we got? Let's see. Where we at? I don't know. 38.
Ooh.
Okay. I can tell the story real quick. I broke up with Sky Miles Bay. Yo, and I just have to say this. I cut him off. Because it was a situation where it was supposed to be fun. And it ended up being like, why are we arguing? I don't want to be arguing. So I'm telling my therapist this today, going back to therapy, I talked to her about him. And I'm like, forget it. Like, I've known him forever. But it just started feeling like a relationship that I don't want. And she's like, yeah, because you're not ready for one and you don't want one. I'm like, yeah, I really don't. I just feel comfortable with him. But I am trying to argue. I'm not trying. No, don't question me. Don't give me that like snarky one word answer just so I know you're pissed off.
And then you reply, and then they don't answer. And
No, I don't actually.
No, but I'm saying like, and then there's like the back and forth with like the text, like.
Well, here's the thing, I don't care. So when you give me the one word quick answers, I don't say shit. All right. Or I'll give you one short one right back. So then it becomes this like hostile situation. And I'm just like, well, fuck you. And you're telling me fuck you by not saying anything else. And I'm just like, all right, well, this is enough. You're stressing me out without
deleting it.
Right. So I said, you know what? We had different expectations. Gotta go. Maybe you're feeling too much. Maybe I don't know. I don't know what it is, but we had different expectations.
I think how we went into our relationships so differently. You're like, I just want to have fun. Or no, yours was, you know what? I like this. This is familiar. This could work out in a good way. Me and this person, we get along great.
Yeah.
And your expectation was that it was supposed to be fun, and we were supposed to just cuddle.
Yeah.
And have good weekends, right? I went in with the expectation with fuck this bitch. And now I'm like, why don't you want to do this?
No.
We had the complete opposite situation.
For sure. Because I didn't want it. But he's back now.
Oh, where?
So that went really fast. I broke up with him, then I ended up talking to him.
Wait.
That was fast. I should have waited till the next time to tell you. But he's back.
Wait. When did he come back?
Last night.
What happened between the 12 hours that we didn't talk?
Actually, no, not last night. The night before, while I was in D.C.
This is what we have to always talk. So much happens in between the time we don't talk.
24 hours for me is a week in a regular person's life. So while I was in D.C., I was reading this book. So, okay, we got to go through this really, really fast. So I started reading this book. I read it in a day and a half. It's called Verity, Verity, by Colleen Hoover. Read it. I don't care. Like, it's a
amazing.
suspense. This book had me horny and scared at the same time. Those two things don't go together.
Jeffrey Dahmer.
Literally, I said, these two feelings should not be happening at the same time. I'd be reading and I'm like, ooh, and then I'm like, oh. Like, what the hell? Like, and it's a book. But
that's some great publicity, yo.
Oh, listen, this white woman gets my coins, okay? She is an amazing writer. And one thing I will say about her writing, I know that she's white, so I'm thinking that when she's writing it, it's probably white characters. But I don't know if you noticed that she never gives the color of the person. So while you're reading this book, if you're black, you can imagine black people. If you're white, you imagine white. If you're Asian, you imagine Asian. Like you
get to create the character how you like them.
And there's not even too much. This is my second book of hers that I've read, and there's not too much cultural aspect to give you a culture of the person. You literally create whatever it is. Like the way that I envision the characters in Verity. Ooh. This man is 6'2", chocolate. He got abs, a big dick. He is a great dad.
Is he a murderer?
No. He was great.
I haven't read the book yet.
Okay, yeah.
I'm gonna get.
Well, no. Okay. Anywho, book is amazing. The reason why I'm saying is because while the half of the horny part hit, I sent the text. But I only sent the text to realize he had texted me first because I was in DC getting ready on live and he was in there. Not saying anything, but I saw it. So I started talking shit. I was like, I done broke up with these nigga and he ain't here watching me. Yeah, I'm cute. I'm talking like spicy, but then I also needed help. So everyone was helping me on which boot to use, tan boots or black boots. We ended up going with the tan. Thank you to everyone that helped me. And when I go to send him a text at night, I realized he had texted me for a second about the tan ones. Got him. Okay,
no,
fine.
He got you.
Okay, he did. So they started texting, and I was just like, you have a lot of making up to do because I feel like you have a lot of making up to do. But for right now, this book said this.
So guys, if you have Amazon, the book is called Verity. Send it to all the girls you want to talk to you. They'll text you at some point in the book.
Actually, apparently. Or guys, you might be listening to this and you're going to send the book. And if you don't get a text back, you weren't the man she's thinking about.
You weren't the person that she envisioned in the book.
You were not.
So think about that, guys.
Your game was trash. Okay, moving right along. We're going to do a quick question. It's actually not quick. It's long. But we got to get out of here. I have a son to go pick up. All right. If you have any questions, you can send them to askcarlawilmaris.com. This one's really long, but I have a short one, and we'll see if we get through the long one. The short one actually comes from This is Marissa 12 on Instagram. She says, how long should I keep the courts involved with a bitter baby daddy? I'm stressed. So I asked her, I said, what do you mean like bitter? She said, with the child support and not taking accountability. How long should you go through the courts? Everybody is different. Just go through the system if that's what you need to do. because I think a lot of people are so against the system. I was one of them, but it's there for a reason, right? If you can't mediate and if you can't come to an agreement with child support, custody, like time sharing, whatever it may be, just let the courts take their process. They're not perfect. They're not made, to, like the judge told me, he said, we don't really know much about you guys. We're listening to something in a concise time and we have to make a decision. We're sorry. It might not be always in the best interest of whoever. We don't know you, but see it through until you feel like the case is done. If you feel like you still need some changes and moderations, like change it, but don't overuse the court system. I think that's what I would tell you. Don't overuse it. As long as you need it for you to be comfortable with the situation between yourself, your child, and your baby's daddy. And it could be your baby mama too, because men go through it as well. This letter is long. Okay, let's try this. She says, I'm very ashamed to admit this, but sometimes I get so jealous of my friends, mainly because I've been single for my entire life. Nobody has ever been interested in me until like the last year. And even then, it's guys who are red flags, not good people, end up ghosting me anyway. I have never been in a relationship. No one has ever liked me enough to try and date me. I've never been intimate with anyone, and I really want... This is really sad.
We keep going. I'm in it. I'm invested.
Are you? I want to hug you.
Oh, gosh.
I don't even like hugging. I feel like you need one way more than I ever could.
Come to Tulum. Come to my group.
She says, I have one friend who has literally everything happen so easily for her. It's like she thinks it would be fun to do X or to have Y, and whoop, it happens for her. She went on the first date of her entire life, wasn't even looking for something serious and just wanted a fling, and is now marrying that person. School-wise, career-wise, we're doing the same things, and I know she's extremely smart and deserving, but I also have had the same goals and the same work ethic as her, but somehow, Jesus Christ. She somehow effortlessly ends up with the outcome she wants. I always end up with somewhere great, thankfully, but it's never been the exact thing that I want. I recognize that sometimes what I've ended up with is better than what I thought I wanted, and I'm so grateful for that, but that's not always the case. How old are you? Mostly, I am jealous about relationships. It feels like it happens for everyone except me. I've asked my friends countless times for feedback about what I'm doing wrong, but no one can identify anything. I have my life together. I have lots of friends, a great job, hobbies, and I'm cute. Not hot, but definitely cute. Girl, you stop it. You are hot. I think they know I'm really trying, and I want them to be honest. I know that they would tell me if they truly thought something was wrong with me. I've been to therapy about this. I've been on all the apps. I've asked to be set up. Nothing has worked. Some of my friends think I just don't know how to flirt, and I need to dress more provocatively and show cleavage on dates, and that's the only thing that I haven't tried yet, but it makes me feel uncomfortable. But maybe it's necessary. I'm willing to try. It's not. I'm willing to try the next time I go out on a date, but honestly, it's so rare for someone to be into me that I don't know. Oh my God. I'm not going to keep reading this because it's just really sad. I'm not going to keep reading it. I'm just not. We're going to stop here because I feel like this is a lot more than what's going on. You're looking for validation on the outside when it should be coming from yourself. You don't like yourself. You don't think you're hot. You don't think you get what you want. Maybe you need to stop worrying about, I don't know how religious you are, but stop worrying about what you want and worry about what the path that God has for you. You were placed on this earth for something, and you're searching for someone else's, Charlemagne says this in his book. I was rereading one of his self-help books, and he says people, fuck your dreams, or because it's not your dream, it's someone else's. I feel like you're looking at your friend. She does it effortlessly because she's just living. Mm-hmm. You're searching so hard for something that is it really what you want? And you don't have to dress provocatively. Like, no. You don't. Today I don't know what happened. Really, I don't have any clothes. I need to go shopping. But outside of that, you don't have to. I wear sneakers to almost every date with cargo pants.
You always try to class up my dates. You should. You see how I want to go on my dates, and you're like, no.
Yeah, I'm super chill with the way I dress, and there's some women that are super sexy. And if you're not sexy, you don't have to be sexy.
No, I think everyone is sexy in their own way.
Absolutely.
You may not be sexy with your clothes, but you might be a whole other situation, like when you're intimate with somebody.
But sexy is not I don't feel like sexy is a whether you're dressed or not.
Right. It's an attitude.
Many times for me, I feel sexy in cargo pants, sneakers, and like a t-shirt. And that's what I feel confident in. So maybe you need to try to find what makes you feel confident. Maybe you're looking at other women thinking that's what you need to do, and you're doing it feeling uncomfortable. So if you don't feel like dressing provocatively, don't. Find something that you feel like, that you feel good in, that when you look in the mirror, you feel good. And if you look in the mirror and you don't like what you see, figure out why. Why don't you like what you see, right? Do you feel like you are heavier than you want to be? Okay, well then just start going on a walk every day, right? Just for the single purpose that you don't like what you look like, so you're gonna change it. I do that shit all the time. I have my big pair of pants, and then I have my small pair of pants. When I fit in the small ones, I know I can get your nigga. Put your daddy away because I look good. When I'm wearing my big pair of pants, been going through it. I'm either really happy or I've just been really busy and eating bullshit. So I have gotten there, and once I'm starting to feel tight in those pants, that's when y'all see me on Instagram outside running. And he said, for like 2 weeks, I'm outside like going at it, and I'm going to the gym, and I'm eating healthier. And those 2 weeks I drop, whatever I need to drop, things feel a little looser, and then I'm back to my bullshit. So find out what it is. If it's something physical, then fix it. If it's your teeth, go to the dentist. I know it could be expensive, and maybe you could do a little at a time. If it's your skin, go and wash your face with water and soap. And that might help. I've been watching a lot of pimple videos lately. Water and soap works wonders, so the dermatologist says. Have you seen
water and soap does a lot?
Have you seen these pimple videos?
Yes, because you send them to me. They're gross.
I love them.
You send me that.
The one I'm upset with right now is people that get it like right here on the lip. The entire lip line is full of blackheads.
Oh, I can't.
So they have to take a needle and then they pop them, and all this pus comes out all through the lip. That's because you don't wash your mouth, yo dirty mouth self. So if you feel dirty, wash your mouth. Okay, the outside, not just the inside, the outside too. Like, you really have to wash your face. Obsessed with them. If you want to see pimple videos, DM me. I got you. I have ingrown toenail ones.
Yeah, amazing. You send me that too. I don't understand. I send you fun stuff. I send you cool news. Here she goes sending me a toe at 2 a.m. I'm like, what?
Because it gets me like,
Were
I
you
can't.
Drunk?
No, I do it so sober.
You know what? Paola needs to see this right now.
I sent them to you and Wendy. Wendy loves them though. She was like, "Ooh, that's a good one." Oh, we love doing that.
When you first said, I was like, she must have sent this by mistake. And then you go, "Did you see it? Oh, this was intentional." Okay.
It was.
Oh my God, I feel like we should have, no, not you. I mean, like the girl. We should have like a girls' night out or something, and just hang out and have fun. Maybe the friends that you have are not like.
I think she needs a lot of self-work to be done. Like, figure out why you're feeling this way. Because I feel like hanging out right now, although it would be fun, you're deflecting from what you really need to work on.
What if this is somebody told me this recently, and I'm not gonna lie, it's not a bad thing.
What?
Somebody said you say you don't find someone that you like, but you're not looking at the guys that want you.
True. That's another thing. Men take terrible pictures, and we've talked about this already with the whole online dating. I think all of you guys are pretty ugly. I like medium ugly guys, but they're not ugly. It's their pictures. Because Hinge has a video thing, so I look all the pictures and I'm like, you're hideous. Then I see a video and I'm like, but he's not. Just men don't know how to take pictures.
So So you imagine you get with someone and they're your perfect person, and they take horrible. You'll never take a picture with them.
Oh no, I'll fix it.
How?
Because what happens is they're trying too hard. The guys trying too hard to take the picture for the dating profile, so they think they look cute, but they look stupid. And they'll smile too hard, or they'll look really cheesy. I'm like, oh, cheesy picture. So I would know how to take a good picture. I got this. Whoever you are, I'll make sure you look good, because you're gonna be next to me and we gotta look good together. It's a thing. We're gonna end the show here. I have if you remember my other podcast, what was it called? Pass the Word. But here it's just leaving you with something from my faith, basically, on what makes me feel good. It's not Joseph. It's not the book of Joseph. It's the book of John. John 15:5. And it says, I am the vine, you are the branches. If I can see it, hold on. Stop it. I am the vine, you are the branches. He who abides in me and I in him bear much fruit. For without me, you can do nothing. John 15:5. And I pulled that one up because it's true. Sometimes I try to take a lot of things into my own hands. Although, again, I got this, right? But I go into this toxic positivity that I'm like, I got this. Let me read a self-help book, and let me just work harder, and let me go outside and work out, and let me make sure that I'm waking up earlier. Today, for example, is one of those days. I woke up at 3. Well, I went to DC, got back last night to go to work and wake up at 3:30 in the morning, to after work take a phone call at 12, to then take therapy, to then come in here to the studio to record Pivot, to then go pick up my son from school, feed him, bathe him, put him to bed, to then at 8 o'clock log in for my webinar. So
productivity.
I schedule my days like that to not think about, because it's positive, right? I'm being proactive and I'm being productive and I'm getting all this shit done. And then tomorrow I'll probably cry because I'm so tired. And then instead of focusing on the fact that I'm tired, then tomorrow I'll just fill up my schedule all over again.
We're so different.
So I got to remind myself that, it's been a hectic 2 weeks, and I'm doing this because my last 2 weeks have felt a little bit traumatic. I need to lean back on God. And this John 15:5 brought me back to, for without me, you can do nothing. And I'm like, you know what? I'm leaning more on myself than I'm leaning on God. He said, he who abides in me and I in him, I have to abide in him, not on my schedule being jam-packed, so I can feel productive. Yeah. Well,
amen.
This was amen. This was your episode for this week. You all right over there? What's going on? Jesus. Amen. She's going to heaven.
No.
No, I mean, don't go early. Just kidding. You all right? Jesus, he touched you. I think he's trying to give you a sign. You want some alcohol?
Wine? No.
Oh, figured that might make it better. Yeah.
Hurry up, finish.
Okay, so ideatolaunchpodcast.com if you want to get that course and get started. If you go into the description of the episode right now, you can go and get on the wait list for the retreat, which will be February 9th through the 12th in Tulum, Mexico. February 9th through the 12th. There are only 15 spots. Love y'all bitches, but I don't want that many of y'all around me. So let's not do that. And then journeyorl.com if you want to check out the church and their YouTube. And I will be back next week. We're going to be doing some virtual interviews. So there are a lot of women that I want to talk to. And we'll be doing some in-person interviews, but we'll also be doing virtual interviews. So there's no excuse for me not to show up. And I'm going to be bringing you back to where we were with Shit I'm 30. I loved telling stories. I love to showcase other people's stories. And I've been using the excuse of not wanting to come into the studio. And Carla was like, got you. Show up now. What you gonna do? We have the capabilities to do virtual. And I said, okay, fine, I'll show up. So I'm showing up even if to do virtual, and I can bring back those stories. That's what grew me. That's how I got. Well, damn.
I gotta go.
What happened?
I don't know. My throat is like.
Nah. She's all right. She's okay. She's not okay. She's out there still dying. No, but what grew this pod was me bringing so many different stories and connecting with them, and that's what also made my network as big as it did. So I'm going to be bringing more guests, even if it's virtual, from all walks of life, to tell their stories and to help us get through some shit, because I still need help, obviously. That is your show. I'll see you again next week. Goodbye.